Hi, welcome to the Shiflow Max Lab on probability problem solving section. Here is the problem we are going to solve together. So this is a pretty interesting problem here. So let's take a look what is this problem about. So we have two kids. Each will draw a random number from 1 to 9 simultaneously until a sum of 9 or 10 appears. And find the probability that the sum of the 9 is drawn before the sum of the 10, say here. Okay, so let's go ahead, take a look at how do we solve this kind of problem. See. Okay, let's go ahead and start. So we said from the 1 to 9, right? So let's take a look. So basically, this is very similar like you toss two dice. All right, so like if you say this is a kid's number 1, so you can choose 1, 2, 3, all the way to 9, right? So this is a kid number 1. And here's a kid number 2. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 9 here. Okay, so this is a kid number 2. Okay, so like here will be 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3 is here. So like I say, it's very similar, like we, can choose like toss two dice. So total, how many possible outcomes? Okay, so this is the total possible outcomes here. We have what? We have 9 possible situations for case 1 and 9 possible situations for case number 2. So total possible outcome is 81 here. Okay, so then also now let's see here. What is the probability if you do, you will get a sum is 10. Okay, sum is 10. That means you will get a 1, 9. So this is 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, and till 9 ones, right? So this situation, you will get the sum is 10 here, right? So total how many situation here? We have 9 out of how many? 81 so here, right? So like if say it's 1, 9, 2, 8, and 3, 7, and 4, 6, and 5, 5, right? And 6, 4, and 7, 3, 8, 2, and 9 ones here, right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the same things here, we can say, what is the sum? I will get a 9 here, right? So the sum of get 9, you will get what? You will get 1, 8, right? So you will get 1, 8, and 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. Then you have a 5, 4. Then you have a 6, 3. You have a 7, 2. You have an 8, 1. So how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 of 81 here. Okay, so now the problem wants us to find what is the probability, you will get a 9 before you get a 10 here. All right, so let's take a look. So let's think about it here, right? So, okay, so the first situation, when you do a first try, then, well, you get lucky, you will get a 9. So you will get a 9 on the first try. So this is a number. So this is what I would say the first time you will get a 9 here. All right, so the 9 will be A over 81. Okay, how about now the first one, you did not get a 9, it did not get a 10 because I wanted the 9 before 10s, right? So how about I got the second time I get a 9 here. So this is A over 81. So 9 is, get a 10 is 9 out of 81. Get a 9 is A out of 91. So the probability get not neither 10 or 9, but will let be. So that would be 81. So it will be 81 minus the A minus the what? Minus 9, right? So how many I'm going to have? I'm going to have a 64, right? So it's a 64. over 81. That means I will get any other sum except 10 and 9. So in here, that's what happens here. So for the first ones here, I'm getting something else, right? So that will be 64 get 81. All right. So now maybe I got unlucky. I get my 9 at the third trial, A over 81. Then what happens here? That means in my first trial, I get something else. It's a 64 and 81. And this is a 64, 81 here, right? And then I will have the fourth one. So now you should be able to see the pattern. So I will get my 9 at the fourth trial. That means the first 3, you get something else. So it's a 64 and 81, 64 and 81, 64 and 81. So right, because you cannot have a 10 in front of, because I wanted 9 before the 10. So here, right? So what is the probability? So the 9 before 10. So what it will be? So it will just be A plus 81, then plus 64 plus 81 times A over 81, then plus 64 over 81 to the what? Square, right? Times A over 81, then plus 64 times 81 to the cube, 8 over 81, then right? So this is become infinity, infinity, and it's becoming indefinitely geometric series. So in order to find the sum, I can take the factor, the A of the 81 out, all right? So after you take the A over 81 out, this will be 1 over 64 over the 81 plus, this is 64 over the 81 to the what square plus 64 over 81 to the cube and right? So this is the geometric series, and with R, the ratio is what? 64 over what? Is 64 over 81. So I know from the geometric sum, so I know this is A over 81. If you still remember, like maybe in your algebra or calculus, we know the sums here will be 1 over 1 minus R here, right? So now is times 1 over 1 minus 64 over 81 here, right? 64 over 81, so this will be A over 81 times, so this is 81 minus 64, I'm going to get a quarter, 17 here. Then you just flip the fraction and cancel that out. So this is A81 times 17 over 81. Then you'll see, okay, 81 cancel. So what is my final answer? My final answer will be 8 out of 16 here. All right. So it's kind of like the intuitively makes sense, right? Because the chance to get the sum is on the sum of 9 is only A out of 81. The chance to get a sum of 10 is 9 out of 81. So like the probability to get the sum before 10 is a kind, is like a little bit less than half, right? So it shouldn't be. So it's kind of like less than you get the sum of the terms here. So it's less than equal, it's kind of like less than half here. So it's kind of like intuitively makes sense. All right, so this is the fun problem, and I hope you enjoyed it. And we use a little bit like the calculus skill to find the sum of a geometric series. Besides that, like it's not too hard. Well, okay, have a nice day, and I hope you enjoyed this problem here. Talk to you in our next problem. All right? Okay, bye.